Hello, today we will be deriving the distance formula by using the Pythagorean Theorem. So first let's just talk about what the distance formula means. So x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. It just means that you subtract your x's, you subtract your y's, you square both values, and then you add them together. You add both values together. You take the square root of the sum, and sometimes it won't come out evenly, so if possible, you just simplify it and leave it in radical form. So now let's just look at this. Okay, so I am not using numbers. I'm just labeling these as x and y. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2. And really you're just trying to find the distance between these two. So we're just going to, I'm going to attempt to draw a right triangle. And it's, okay, that's, we're going to pretend like it's a right triangle. Okay, so, anyway, we are just finding the distance, and so I'm just going to put a D and I'll explain. So I'm just going to put a D for distance right here. So now to plug in the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But I actually put d squared instead of c squared because I'm finding the distance, so it just makes more sense to me, but either one works. They're both the same. So now we're just going to label this as A, because this is one side, and this is another. This is the missing one. So A, B, and you could put D or C. So now we need to, okay, I put the wrong one. Okay, so this would be A, this would be B, and that would be C or D. I'm just going to leave it as D. But we can go ahead and find a value for A. So if I'm already at the value x1, and then I go up to x2, then that horizontal distance is going to have a value of, and let's just put the A right here. Okay. It's going to be a value of x2 minus x1. So the length of A is going to be, let's put this right under here, x2 minus x1 squared plus the B value, which is the vertical distance, and it's the distance between the y coordinates. So B would be y2 minus y1 squared, and I ran out of room. But that would equal, in this case, the d squared. And this is where the distance formula comes in. So now I've actually put in numbers for x1 and x1, y1, y2, x1, x2, x1, y2, y1. Okay, so I made this point right here a 2, so 2, 3, and then this one 7, 9. So now we can use the distance formula, and so my x1 would be 2, and then my y1 would be 3, my x2 would be 7, my y2 would be 9. So it's the distance formula says x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And of course you take the square root of that. So now my x2 would be 7, so we would have 7 minus my x1, which is 2, squared, plus my y2, which is 9, minus my y1, which is 3 squared. So now this would be, so 7 minus 2 is 5, so 5 squared, plus 9 minus 3 is 3 squared. 9 minus 3 is 6, so 6 squared. And so that would be 25 plus 36, which would leave us with the radical of 61, and it cannot be simplified down anymore, so that is our answer, and this is how you derive the distance formula from the Pythagorean theorem. Thanks.